Hello, and welcome to the Inside Track, the first ever webinar hosted by FriesenPress about the self-publishing process. We're here tonight, Tuesday, May 31st, to tell you about all the misconceptions and questions that you might have about the self-publishing process right from our FriesenPress office. My name is Caroline Johns. I'm the manager of book production services here.
And I'm Marie Witt. I'm the manager of book promotion services here at FriesenPress.
So you'll be watching two portions of our webinar tonight. The first one is this pre-recorded session here, and we'll be going for about 20 minutes talking to you about all the information we think is important for you to know. After that, at 5:30 Pacific or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be here live to answer any of your more specific questions that we haven't addressed in this portion. So stay with us, and don't forget that you'll need to press like on our Facebook fan page if you do in fact want to participate in the question and answer period.
All right, to begin with this evening, we'd like to talk a little bit about common misconceptions that we see come through our door time and time again at FriesenPress. We work with hundreds of authors, and we tend to see the same kinds of misconceptions come through, and they're often in the exact same areas. So the first area is in choosing your publishing package. A lot of times people will come in with different ideas about what they're going to need, and it doesn't necessarily line up with their vision. So we want to correct and address some of the misconceptions around choosing a publishing package that works for you. The second is in our production department, the creation and manufacturing of your book. I'd like to address some misconceptions around what we're able to do and what you can look forward to in terms of production.
Yeah.
And finally, we'd like to talk a little bit about promotion and marketing of your book once it's out there in the world. What you can look forward to, what kinds of services we have at FriesenPress to help you out with that, and what kind of support you can be expecting. So to get started in that, we'd like to talk a little bit about the traditional publishing world, as it's quite different from self-publishing.
Right, Marie, and one of the reasons that we really believe we see so many misconceptions is because people have been trying very hard, for the most part, to get into the traditional publishing world, so they've learned a lot about what that system looks like. And really, the self-publishing world has some similarities, but it's not quite the same all the way across the board. And one of the primary differences, and the reason why companies like FriesenPress are able to function and offer packages that are reasonably priced, is because of the technology known as print on demand. And print on demand takes care of the warehousing portion of the book publishing process with us. So instead of you having to put a lot of money up front to pay for 10,000 books to sit in a warehouse and you hope you sell them and you haven't done a lot of promotion, etc., what print on demand allows us to do is just print one copy at a time. So every time a book buyer goes to a bookstore or an online retailer and purchases a copy of your book, that only that one copy is printed and shipped, and the book buyer pays for that process. Therefore, there's no money out of the author's pocket to have to buy a large run of their title.
Yeah, and the great thing about print on demand is that it frees up some of your resources, so that instead of buying that large print run of 10,000 copies and trying to distribute them yourself, you actually have access to worldwide distribution, and you've got the ability now to invest some of your money in things that are going to help you promote your book, get you out there, have events, book signings, and different things that can actually help you become a successful author.
Right, and then once you've got some success and promotion under your belt and you see the need for a lot of books, then you can definitely do a larger print run and distribute those yourself. But for now, we really love print on demand. So, as Marie talked about earlier, there are three areas that we see major misconceptions when you come into the self-publishing process with us. And those are choosing the correct publishing package, how the production process actually works in creating your book, and how you will promote that book after it's gone to publication and you're ready to tell the world about it. So without further ado, Marie's going to begin talking to us about choosing the right package.
Right. So choosing the right publishing package is going to be different for every author who comes through our doors. Different people will be making different books. Some people might be working in fiction, some people in nonfiction. You might have a children's color book, or you might have something that has black and white pictures and it's a historical memoir. We will have to assess assess your project based on these characteristics and what the end result will be. So a common misconception in coming through the first part of our process in choosing your package is that you are ready to go with just a Word document. You're going to pay for the publishing package, and we're going to take that and make it into a beautiful book. And there's no more forethought that needs to happen on the part of the author. That's something we want to address, because this project and the process of publishing your manuscript and making it into a book is heavily dependent on your vision as the author.
Absolutely.
What we want to try to do is inspire you to take the steps to have the vision of the end result. And there are different things that you can do to clarify your vision, or at least get some ideas. We're not saying that we want you to come in knowing exactly what you want. In fact, many of our authors don't really know what they want to do. But what we'd like you to do is have the intention to go out at the beginning and seek out options and maybe something that you can use as a reference point or a comparison for your project, and then come back to us with some ideas so that we can help facilitate the process of making sure you have the right publishing package for you.
Right, and that, Marie, starts from the first time you get one of our publishing consultants on the phone. We want to know as much as we can about your project, what is unique about your project, whether you think you want to sell it just to your friends and family, or you would like to sell 1 million copies over the next several years. And those are very important distinguishing factors as we help you determine what the best package is for your publishing needs. So the more you tell us, the more excited we get, and the more we are able to help you in an individualized fashion. And that, at the end of the day, is what we really want to accomplish. So there are a couple of tasks you can do that we can suggest today in order to get a better idea if you're feeling a little lost, which, as Marie mentioned, a lot of our authors are when they first come in the door. So the first one, and you don't even have to leave your computer for this, is go visit Amazon.com, visit our bookstore, visit any bookstores that are in your roster, and look at the look inside features in those. So Google Books has a great look inside feature, Amazon has a great feature for this. Get a feel for what the particular publishing company you're deciding to work with and what all other books in your genre look like inside. What do the covers look like? What do you imagine? Where do you see your book on the shelf? And this can really help you solidify, even if it's as simple as what you know you don't want. That's just as informative to us as what you do want.
Right. You've taken your time to write a full book, and that's an amazing thing. That's a great accomplishment. We want you to take a little bit more time deciding how that book is going to look and feel as a product. And that end result, working back from that vision, we'll be able to assess the right publishing package, services that you might not even know are available to you to help you along your way, and just really give you the product that you're going to be happy with in the end.
Yeah, and honestly, the more we know about your book, the more it allows us the space to get excited about your individual product. And that's what makes our jobs exciting, which makes your publishing process with us that much better.
Great.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to tell us.
Please.
We want to know.